subscribing to the channel. I post 2 times a week, on Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I recommend using headphones if you would like to hear the gentle mic brushing. Now, before we get started on tonight's case, please make sure that you are subscribed, and please leave it a like. Thank you. Okay, so tonight we are headed back down to Florida. Shout out to all my friends in Florida again. Let me just say, I don't choose the cases based on where they take place at all. So the fact that we continue to visit some of the same places repetitively doesn't mean anything, okay? So yes, we're going to Florida, and this was the year 2019. This is the case of Grant Amato. So, let me start off by, of course, telling you all about Grant Amato. He was born on May 20th, 1989 in Chuluada, Florida. His parents were Chad and Margaret Amato. They worked very hard throughout their lives and were very successful. The dad was a pharmacist for CVS, and the mom was a senior operations manager at Nuance Transcription Services. They lived in a big, beautiful house with 4 bedrooms on a 2.9 acre piece of land. Now, But if you know anything about cam girls, they are expensive, okay? So he was spending up to 4 hours a night having these private sessions with her. And it was costing him about $600 each day. Where do you think he got that money? That's right. From his family's credit cards. Meanwhile, Grant was becoming more and more isolated and depressed. He was spending endless hours in his bedroom on his computer. He was sleeping all day and staying awake all night. His health appeared to deteriorate, not just his mental health, but also his physical health. He became very, very thin and frail looking and extremely pale. His eyes were like sunken in and he had dark circles. He just did not look well. But online, he portrayed a fake persona, especially to Sylvie, the love of his life. He led her to believe that he was a professional gamer. He was a wealthy man. He drove a BMW, and he lived in his own place. But in truth, he was a 29-year-old unemployed man living with his parents, and he drove a 1996 Honda Accord. Side note, nothing wrong with that. Just wasn't a BMW. Now, he was so infatuated with Sylvie, and he really wanted her to like him. Like, it wasn't enough that he's just paying for her time, but he really wanted her to see him as someone special because he saw her as his girlfriend. He was really obsessed with her. He started sending her gifts. He sent her clothing, like sexy clothing, and certain types of toys, if you know what I mean. And she was plenty happy about his generosity, but he certainly was not her boyfriend by any stretch of the imagination. He was simply a customer. A good customer, but a customer. It took just 3 months for Grant to spend $200,000 of his family's money. And when they came to realize this, they insisted that he go to rehab. They sent him to a $15,000 rehab for P0rn addiction and internet addiction. And, he agreed to go. It was a 60-day program. But after 2 weeks, he came home, and he would later state that the program told him he didn't really have an addiction. But I'm assuming they never said that. He just decided to leave. So his family accepted him back home, but they had some serious rules for him to follow if he wanted to stay at the house. He was no longer allowed to have any contact with Sylvie. He couldn't use the internet without being supervised. And he couldn't use a smartphone. So he said, fine, I will follow your rules. But he found it extremely difficult because, like I said before, he was obsessed with Sylvie. He couldn't simply just drop her like that. So, eventually, was on her computer, and I get the sense she didn't realize that he had even entered the house. He came up behind her and he shot her one time in the head, and sadly, she died. Then he went into the kitchen to wait for his dad, Chad, to come home. So when his father walked through the door, Grant shot him one time behind his ear, but it did not immediately kill him. And he fell to the floor in the kitchen and he started crawling. But Grant walked over to him and shot him again, and he died, unfortunately. But he wasn't done. He took his father's phone, and he took his father's thumb. Yeah, his deceased father's thumb. He used his thumb to unlock the cell phone. And he sent a text to his brother, Cody, who was at work, being a nurse, and pretending to be his father, asked him to come right home after his shift ended. And then Grant waited in the house for hours for his brother to come home. As soon as Cody walked in the door, Grant went ahead and shot him dead. Now, the next day, when Cody did not show up for work, his coworkers were worried because they couldn't reach him and it wasn't like him. So eventually, they called the police and asked for a wellness check. So now this is January 25th. The police went to the house and nobody answered the door. So they made their way in somehow, and sadly, what they found was they found Chad, the father, on his back on the kitchen floor. Cody was curled on the floor in a storage room. He was found wearing a gun holster on his left hip, and there was a gun near him. And they found Margaret, the mother, sprawled over her desk in the home office. But somebody was missing. Where was Grant Amato? Where was he? Well, it didn't take them too long to find him. The next day, they spotted his car, the Honda Accord, at a DoubleTree hotel in Orange County, Florida. So they took him down to the station for an interrogation. He wasn't arrested. He was just being interviewed. And I watched the interview, and he sounds like a nice, normal person. Doesn't seem like he would be a killer. He doesn't look like a killer, at least to me when I'm watching the interview. He acted extremely relaxed. He never asked why he was being questioned, but he told them what was going on in the family. He told them about all the debt that he had created and the terrible relationship that he had been having with his family, and that his father had ordered him to move out of the house recently as well. He also said that when he told Cody, his brother, that he had been thrown out of the house, Cody had said to him that he'll take care of it. And he didn't really know exactly what that meant, but that's what Cody had said to him. He said that have any money, remember? He said that the court did not follow proper procedures for the case, and he was allowed to prepare for his case on the condition that he could not have access to electronics. But $750,000, where's he gonna get that? He didn't have that. So he had a brilliant idea. He wrote to reporters asking for financial help to pay his bond, and in return, he would give them exclusive rights to his story. And here is what he said. Quote, "I just want to feel the sun again, feel the breeze on my skin, feel the simple pleasures every innocent man feels." Well, nobody took him up on the offer, and his trial began on July 15th of 2019. The prosecution argued that the thumb drive placed Grant in the home right after the murders and solidified his guilt. They also showed DNA and gunshot residue evidence found on Grant's gloves and cuffs, saying that there was a, quote, 1 in 700 billion chance at being someone else's. It took about 1 month for the trial to conclude, and on August 12th, 2019, he was found guilty of all 3 counts of first-degree murder, and he got a life sentence for each one. At sentencing, he was asked if he felt any remorse, and this is what he said, quote, "My family has been blaming me for months for ruining their lives, stealing, and not following the rules of the home. So I might as well be blamed for this too," end quote. So, he has never admitted any guilt for this crime, even up to this day. He proclaims his innocence. And that is the case. What do you think? I will tell you some of my realized that they now had to pay back this $200,000 in credit card debt that Grant had racked up. The dad had to delay his retirement plans. He needed to keep working to earn money to pay it off, so that suggests that they didn't really have that much cash available on hand. So anyway, it is absolutely horrific that this man did this to his loving family. They were so good to him, okay? They put up with so much. They could have reported him to the police when he, stole money by using their credit cards like that. They could have reported him, and, well, looking back, they should have put up, hindsight is 2020, and I am absolutely not blaming them. Not at all. But so they didn't want him to get in trouble. They still loved him. They cared about him. They just wanted him to get better. So they did what they thought was best. They sent him to a rehab, which cost them even more money. But he couldn't even stay there for the whole program. And then he comes home. They're like, okay, we'll accept you home. You gotta follow these rules. He could not follow the rules. So at that point, they figured it's time for tough love, We're not helping him. We're gonna throw him out now, like we said. And hopefully, he'll straighten his life out. So they did all that they could and more. It just goes to show that the addictions that he had were extremely